Hi, Mark here. Friday, December the 12th, just after 8 a.m. Eastern. That's just after 1 p.m. GMT. US session now underway. Let's have a look how the markets are shaping up. Last day of the trading week. US dollar index, I've got support at 97.96 and I've got resistance at 98.15. So to start with, US dollar is looking to fight back after the sell-off we saw following the rate cut on Wednesday, followed up yesterday, but bouncing up off this support level, tough support level, we've seen that. So buyers did step in, have pushed a bit higher, but already giving up some of those gains. We'll see whether this fight back can be maintained during the US session, and if buyers can get back above yesterday's high, maybe even higher, closer to pre-Fed rate cut levels, or if we're going to see a continuation of the sell-off and maybe even a break below this support level. Let's have a look at the S&P. We saw a strong run from the S&P the day of the rate cut, pushed a lot higher. Yesterday in the futures market, we did see an attempted sell-off. You can see the wicket left behind, but buyers did step in, went on to make a new record high yesterday, and so far today hang around those levels. No sell-off as yet today. I've got support at 6,946. I've got resistance at 6,973. Buyers will be looking, I guess, up at that 7,000 level. Sellers will look to break below today's support. It is still the futures market, an hour and a half until Wall Street opens up. So we'll see how that develops following the US Open and Wall Street getting started. Let's have a look at gold. There's the push I'm saying we've been expecting, I've been looking for in gold the day of the rate cut when the US dollar weakened. Gold didn't really put in much of a run, strengthened slightly. Yesterday, a big push up higher, you can see that. And today, even bigger push higher. I've got support at 4,260 and resistance at 4,341. Buyers will be looking at the all-time record highs from October, just under the 4,400 level. Interesting that US dollar strengthening and gold strengthening today, not the traditional inverse relationship between the two. So we'll see if that continues and plays out. Let's have a look at Brent oil. And the downtrend very much still in place. Sellers controlling price activity. To scroll out a little, this tough support level here below the 61. You can see that today I've got support at 61 and I've got resistance 61.86. Sellers will look to test this 61 again. If sellers look to test the 61 level again, they'll look for a break and to maintain and push lower and perhaps look at this $60 would be targeted or the next level on the downside. If buyers can bounce up off this level, they'll be looking up at the 61.86 resistance or higher. If I zoom out, you can see overall the downtrend still very much in place, a series of lower highs and sellers in control going into the US session. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Very flat so far today. I've got support at 91.3 thousand and I've got resistance at 92.7 thousand. So that's very flat. You can see slight red candlestick. Did test lower today, and that's where the support comes from. The support level at the 91.3, but buyers have stepped in, fighting back and sitting really close to yesterday's close. Buyers will be looking to break above this 92.5 thousand area, looking up at the 94,000. You can see the previous record high level. That's what buyers will be looking for on the way back to testing this high and getting this uptrend, giving it some kind of a meaningful push higher. By the same token, sellers will be looking down at this support level of the 91.5 and looking below 90,000. But for now, if I scroll out that little bit, I can see the ascending trend line still in place, even though it was tested yesterday, and EMAs pointed to the upside. So I would think the bias at this point looking tilted to the upside and possibly a push higher. Good trading, keep that discipline, and I'll see you at the end of the day session.